Today we've got the Redmi 3S here. In this video, let's unbox it and take a quick look inside. Opening up the box, we've got the Redmi 3S. Looks a lot like the Redmi 3 without the pattern to the back, but with a fingerprint scanner instead. Let's set it aside for the time being. We then have the regular leaflets with a SIM ejector pin, a micro USB cable, and a travel adapter. Let's now quickly check out the hardware placements. To the front, on top, we have the earpiece, sensors, a 5 megapixel camera, that's followed by a 5-inch 720p IPS LCD display, and we have the familiar capacitive keys at the bottom. These keys are in backlit. Note that there's a notification LED just above the home key. To the back, we find the 13 megapixel camera, LED flash, the Mi branding, and speakers. What's new here is the fingerprint scanner. Initial impressions seems quick and quite accurate. It can also wake the device from sleep. Up top, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, an IR blaster, and the secondary noise cancelling microphone. We have a slot to the left. Here's where you can add either 2 SIM cards or a SIM and a micro SD card. The power button and the volume rockers can be found to the right, and the primary microphone and the micro USB port reside at the bottom. Note that the Redmi 3S has support for USB OTG. This phone, just like the Redmi 3, weighs in at around the 145 gram mark. That's a little heavier than other phones with this footprint, but given that Xiaomi's managed to pack an mammoth 4100 mAh battery underneath, I kinda find it acceptable. Underneath the hood, the Redmi 3S is powered by the Snapdragon 430 chip. Now that's 8 Cortex A53 cores with 4 clocked at 1.4 GHz each and another 4 clocked at 1.1 GHz each. If you think about it, that's 100 MHz off each set when compared to the Snapdragon 616 on the Redmi 3. That said, the GPU here is the newer Adreno 505 instead of 405 found on the Redmi 3. Xiaomi also sells two variations of the Redmi 3S, one with 16 gigs of storage and 2 gigs of RAM, and another, the one used in this video, with 32 gigs of internal storage and 3 gigs of RAM. This phone runs on Android 6.0 Marshmallow with Xiaomi's MIUI 7 on top. There's no Play Store since I've imported this from China via banggood.com. If you want to get one for yourself, I'll leave a link to Banggood in the description below along with the discount code. I'll also leave a card to my tutorial on how to manually get Google Play services up and running. Anyway, I quickly flashed the MIUI 8 developer ROM and installed Google Play services. I'll be testing out the Redmi 3S and will come out of the full review quite soon. In China, Xiaomi sells the Redmi 3S around the 7,000 rupee mark for the 16 gig variant and the 9,000 rupee mark for the 32 gig variant. Hopefully they can get it to India soon at a similar price. As of now, if you're gonna import it via banggood.com, like with all third-party resellers, they do have a markup. Anyway, the camera hardware remains unchanged from the Redmi 3, and here are a few quick